It is now being officially reported, and this has been confirmed, that Caleb Downs was at the first team meeting with Coach DeBoer last night. So with that being said, I thought there might be a slight chance that Isaiah Bond comes back, and yeah, this information got leaked out not too long ago, and yeah, not good if you're an Alabama fan, not good at all. Right now, our number one focus isn't even recruiting. That is our last thought. Our number one focus is to keep the players that are currently at Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know it's late, but there's a developing story going on with Alabama football, and we got to talk about it. We got another update on Isaiah Bond, and you're going to want to check this out because this information wasn't supposed to get leaked out. But you know how it goes. It's 2024. Anything and everything is going to get exposed. And also in tonight's late night video, we got what I'm going to label as a minor and slight update on Caleb Downs. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm extremely excited right now, and I hope you can tell from the tone of my voice because Alabama, we just won. And I know what you're sitting there saying, Matt, what do you mean Alabama just won? No, I'm not referring to anything on the football field or off the football field. I'm talking about the basketball team. For those of you that don't know, your boy Matt is a pretty big basketball fan, and I'm also an Alabama basketball fan. I'm not one of these people that's an Alabama football fan, a New York Yankees fan in baseball, and a Kentucky Wildcats basketball fan. I know some people like that. No, not me. I go for Alabama everything, and we just beat a really good Mississippi State team on the road, and we are officially tied for first place in the SEC. What about that? Basketball team's looking good yet again this year, and some people may point to, oh, well, y'all got a few losses, and look at who we played this year. Our strength of schedule is insane. I think it's something like top 4 or top 5. I did want to throw that in there, though, since Alabama is a big topic. Really proud of the basketball team up until this point. A little background information on your boy Matt. I love basketball. I watch all the basketball games. And only the day one and OG subscribers remember this. This channel started off as a basketball channel. It's crazy to think about that, and it has been a heck of a journey, and I've enjoyed every single second of it, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this channel and our community. And for all the people that have been asking, I've been seeing the comments, Matt, when the basketball videos? Trust me, they're coming. March Madness is going to be awesome, but that's besides the point. Sorry for jibber-jabbing about that. We got to talk about Alabama football. I say we start off with the most exciting news first. Isaiah Bond, we've been covering this not even fairly closely, extremely closely the past 24, 48 hours. It's been the talk of the town, and the news came out yesterday before we even hired Kalen DeBoer that Isaiah Bond was filing his paperwork to enter the portal. We've already talked all about that. You know how I feel. I wish he would have waited until we hired a new coach, talked to him, and then weighed his options, but it is what it is. I can't fault him too much for doing it. He enters the portal, and when we hired DeBoer, and the last time I talked about this, I said there still might be a slight chance that Isaiah Bond comes back. Because you got to remember, DeBoer, look at what he did with his wide receivers this year at Washington. They balled out. DeBoer is a heck of an offensive head coach. It's not like we hired some defensive mastermind. No. This guy focuses on offense. So with that being said, I thought there might be a slight chance that Isaiah Bond comes back, and yeah, this information got leaked out not too long ago, and yeah, not good if you're an Alabama fan, not good at all. Isaiah Bond tried to be slick. On Snapchat, you can have stories which get posted to the public, but you can also have private stories, and the private stories go out to people only you select to be in them. Well, on his private story, he posted this picture, as you can see right here, a Lamborghini. But more importantly, it's a Lamborghini in Austin, Texas. So, yeah. Are you putting this together here? Do you really want me to break this down and explain it to you? It's more than safe to say that Isaiah Bond is enjoying himself in Austin, Texas. And that's something that Alabama can't compete with because, unless I'm highly misinformed here, I don't think there's a Lamborghini dealership in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Maybe there is one. I could be out of the loop, but I don't think there is. And I know some of you sitting there saying, well, Matt, what does the Lamborghini have to do with anything? Remember, I'm going to remind some of y'all, Lamborghini, they also sponsored Bijan Robinson, and they sponsor some of these Texas football players. So in our terms here, if you go to Texas and can work out a deal with them, you'll be getting a free Lambo. And I don't care what any of you say, you can hate this or love it, but that is very enticing for an 18 to 22-year-old kid. So not only can Texas give them a Lambo, which Alabama cannot give them, Texas is also willing to pay them, and Alabama is not. Alabama has made this evidently clear the past couple of years. They're not going to be paying players to come to the program in university. And the difference with Alabama and Texas right now, at least, is Alabama doesn't have to pay players. Maybe in the future they will with Nick Saban leaving, but for now, no. This may change with Nick Saban leaving, but up until this point, Alabama has told all their recruits, hey, we're not going to pay you a penny. If you get NIL deals through sponsorships, that's completely fine, but that's on you and your agent or manager or whatever you want to call it. As far as it goes for just Alabama strictly giving money to these players, no. didn't happen under Nick Saban. Nick Saban had a simple approach. We're not going to pay you a dime because after you play for us for 2 years and you're a first-round pick, you're going to make $30 million. Whereas the past couple of years, Texas hasn't been able to do that because they haven't had as many first-round picks as Alabama. And I believe it was 2 years ago where Texas didn't even have a player drafted in the entire draft. When was that? Was that 2 or 3 years ago? I don't know. It was recent. I remember it. And I was like, that is crazy. And since that happened, that is the reason why Texas does have to dip into the NIL department, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's a part of the game now. I'm just trying to give you some context and perspective on what's going on here. More than likely, Texas has offered Isaiah Bond, I'd say, anywhere from $300K to possibly $700K. And on top of that, he'll be getting brand deals left and right, so great situation for him. Be on the lookout for that. I'll keep you guys updated if we hear anything about this. And remember, I'm updating you guys 24/7. This news, it is the biggest thing that has happened in college football in a very long time, and things are changing by the hour. Not by the day, not by the morning, not by the night, by the hour. Moving along here, though, to the biggest piece of this Alabama team that I believe Kalen DeBoer has to keep on the roster. We got no other than Caleb Downs. I just presented you some, we'll label it as not so good news for Isaiah Bond, but I think we got some really good news for Caleb Downs. It is now being officially reported, and this has been confirmed, that Caleb Downs was at the first team meeting with Coach DeBoer last night. Let me say this again just to clarify. Isaiah Bond was not at this meeting, but Caleb Downs was. Great news there, and here's the message that Kalen DeBoer is telling his players that are considering leaving. Quote unquote, give me a chance. And I love that. Same mentality. Just give him a chance. Hear him out. If you don't like what he's got to say and you don't think you're going to like what he's about, then leave. I like that much better because I don't just want guys to immediately say, all right, Nick Saban's leaving. That means I'm leaving as well. No. At least hear this guy out. He's good. I'm not just saying he's good because he's a new Alabama head coach. I'm saying he's a good head coach because he just took Washington to the 14 playoff. He's proven. It's a fact that he's good. He's a proven guy. Give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. And you also need to take a look at this. This is what an Alabama player had to say about it. And when I say it, I'm referring to the situation going on here. This is from Tyler Booker on Twitter. Playing for Coach Saban had always been a dream of mine. I'm forever grateful for him making an impact on my life. I look forward to carrying on the culture, the traditions, and the standard that has made Alabama. I'm very excited to kick off this new era. Hashtag roll tide. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm talking about. That is the attitude I like. That got me hyped reading it because the way he was typing it or the way I was reading, I was like, oh no, he's about to, you know how they are when they leave. They say all this good stuff, say how happy they are, and then like, unfortunately, I'll be leaving. But no, he didn't say that. He said, hey, I'm coming back, roll tide. This is great. And I think these Alabama players are slowly but surely buying in to Kalen DeBoer. I know it's only been, what has it been, 36? No, it's been about 48. Yeah. No. It hasn't been even, no. I am tripping. My apologies. It's only been about roughly, what, 28 hours as when you're seeing this video? 28-ish, 32 hours, but you get the point. Take a look at this, too. Another Alabama, Jahil Hurley, tweeted this out. Locked in. With an elephant emoji. Don't gotta be a rocket scientist to figure out what he's saying there. He's staying with the Tide. And oh yeah, I got to throw in there, our star quarterback, Jalen Milroe, he's announced he's coming back, but I think most people already knew that. It is refreshing, though, just to hear Jalen Milroe say it with full confidence. And I think it was yesterday when he was heading to the meeting, he was yelling out roll tide to all the people that was waiting for DeBoer. Gotta love that if you're an Alabama fan, and I think Jalen Milroe is going to thrive in this DeBoer offensive system. Because remember, when Kalen DeBoer was asked about what he wants in a quarterback, here's what he stated, quote unquote, our offense will be quarterback driven. We need to make sure the skill around him is all a threat to score from anywhere on the football field. Interesting. More than safe to say that's some good news if you're Jalen Milroe. As far as it goes for DeBoer's press conference and everything he's done up until this point, he has hit it out of the park. He hasn't hit a single double trouble. No. He has hit a home run. He has already won the fan base over, so you can check that off. Now, he's on step number 2. Win the players over. You can't check off that box quite just yet, but the way it's looking, I think eventually we'll be able to check it off. And there's some more boxes that need to get checked off, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We need to calm down and take it day by day. Right now, our number one focus isn't even recruiting. That is our last thought. Our number one focus is to keep the players that are currently at Alabama. I don't want to go as far as saying we're trying to limit the damage here, but I don't know another way to say it. We know we're going to have some guys leave. We just want to limit that number, okay? That's where we're at. And in a couple weeks from now, once we know who's staying, who's leaving, that's when we start recruiting heavily. And then next thing you know it's time for spring ball. And we're not recruiting. We're not doing any of that. I mean, you're always recruiting, but you get my point. We're focusing on playing, practicing, and developing. There's a lot of stuff to come, but for now, it's looking good. And let me know how y'all feel about all this down below. Take a look at this comment, though, from Will. Matt, take a breather, man. I have no idea how you're able to release so many videos every day. One word. Sweatshop. We're in the MBG sweatshop. I do appreciate y'all's recognition for how many videos we've been uploading, and I'll just leave it at this. It hasn't been easy. And I'll also give you some behind the scenes information. I've probably slept about 3 hours a day since Wednesday. It's been a grind, but I'm trying my best to keep you guys up to date 24/7. There's a lot going on, and something like this happening ever again in our lifetime is slim to none, so you only get this opportunity once. I kind of feel like Nick Saban, because remember when he said the reason he retired is because of the grueling season? That's how I felt the past 3 or 4 days making all these videos. But I tell y'all what, I've enjoyed every single second of it, and I've enjoyed hearing what you guys got to say in the comment section. Y'all make it worth it, and I know I don't say this a lot, but I think most of y'all know this. I greatly appreciate you guys. I love making these videos, but what puts the cherry on top of all of it is you guys enjoying it and interacting with it. That's the best part. And while we're at it, we'll read off one more comment here before we end off the video. Let's go with this one, just picking a random one out of thin air, haven't even read it. He is humble, but confident. So glad he wants Coach Saban to offer advice and counsel to him. That tells me he is open-minded, not egotistical, and not threatened or insecure about Coach Saban being involved. I am very impressed and hopeful for his tenure at Alabama. Roll Tide. And thank you for that comment. That's a good way to end out the video. That is one of the best comments you're ever going to see. Took the words out of my mouth, and I don't need to add anything else to it. I need to hurry up and get this video uploaded. And also, hope you guys are staying warm. It's going to be cold the next couple of days. I'll see y'all in probably a few hours. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below. But